When people hear the phrase, two positions no man jokes with, they instantly imagine something physical. But that's the trap. The real power starts with you standing in a place of undeniable value. From the first moment, show that your standards are non-negotiable and your time is rare, and suddenly every man in the room is leaning closer, curious, attentive. The second position a man will never take lightly is when you stand firmly in your own worth. And this isn't about arrogance or trying to impress anyone. It's about knowing deep down that your time, energy, and love are valuable. Picture someone who walks into a room and doesn't need a spotlight because their quiet confidence speaks first. That presence tells everyone, without a single word, that they respect themselves enough to choose who gets close. Men pick up on that instantly. They sense when a woman isn't trying to win approval, when she's not bending herself into someone else's idea of perfect. And that sense of independence creates a gravity they can't ignore. Self-worth isn't a performance. It's the small decisions you make every day, the way you guard your calendar so you're not available at every whim, the way you keep pursuing your own passions instead of waiting to be invited into someone else's plans, the way you handle conversations without chasing validation. It's refusing to shrink when someone tests your boundaries. And it's not about being cold, it's about being clear. You can be warm, funny, even flirtatious, while still making it obvious that your life is full and you decide who earns a seat at your table. Think of it like this. When a man meets a woman who knows her worth, he feels both admiration and respect. He recognizes he can't coast on charm alone, because she's not measuring him by superficial gestures. She notices his consistency, his character, the way he treats people when no one is watching. That makes him want to rise to the occasion. Your self-worth is the quiet standard that invites the best out of others without you ever needing to lecture or demand. This position of value also reshapes how you respond to attention. When someone gives you a compliment, you don't downplay it or overinflate it, you simply accept it. When someone crosses a line, you address it with calm confidence. You don't play hard to get, you simply are hard to win, because you require substance. That subtle difference keeps the dynamic healthy. A man who wants to be part of your world quickly understands that games won't work. Authenticity is the only entry point. It's easy to think self-worth comes from achievements, looks, or external praise, but real worth is internal. It's built when you keep promises to yourself, when you follow through on goals, when you nurture friendships, when you care for your mind and body. That consistency teaches you that you can trust yourself, and that trust shines outward. Men can sense it even if they can't name it. It's the reason some people seem to have a magnetic pull without trying. And here's the unexpected effect when you hold this position. You don't just attract better men. You filter out the wrong ones effortlessly. People who rely on manipulation or casual disrespect won't even get traction. They sense they can't sway you with temporary charm, so they drift away, saving you time and heartache. Meanwhile, the man who values depth, who's looking for a real partner, leans in. He feels safe investing his energy because he knows he's met someone who invests in herself first. So when we talk about positions no man jokes with, remember that the first is how you carry yourself, and the second is how you honor your own worth. It isn't a single moment, it's the foundation of every moment. Stand there firmly, and you won't have to chase anyone, because the right person will do everything to meet you where you are. The third position that holds a man's attention without fail is emotional independence, and it might be the most liberating of all. When you are fulfilled on your own, when your happiness isn't hanging on whether someone texts back or plans the next date, you radiate a calm strength that few can resist. A man immediately senses that you're not auditioning for approval, you're inviting connection, but you're perfectly fine whether it happens or not. That attitude is magnetic because it comes from choice rather than need. Emotional independence doesn't mean you're distant or cold. It means your life already has depth and color before anyone enters it. Your friendships, your passions, your ambitions, they're not placeholders until the right person shows up. They're real sources of joy that you nurture every day. Picture someone who ends a great evening with friends and goes home smiling, not because someone impressed them, but because they truly enjoyed their own plans. That energy draws people in more than any clever line or outfit ever could. Men notice when a woman is centered like this. They can feel when she isn't measuring her worth by their attention. Instead of clinging tighter, a man leans closer out of genuine curiosity. He wants to know the person who clearly has a rich inner life, who won't lose herself to a relationship but will share her world willingly. It challenges him in the best way. He realizes that to be part of her life, he has to bring something meaningful, because she's not looking for someone to complete her. Living with emotional independence also changes how you handle the natural ups and downs of dating or relationships. You can enjoy the excitement of a new connection without the fear that it defines your future. If someone pulls back, you don't spiral into questions of self-worth. You simply recognize that it might not be the right fit. You can express affection freely because you know you're not giving away your identity when you care for someone. This steadiness is both attractive and rare, and it builds trust faster than any grand gesture. It also shows up in small choices. You keep your own routines even when someone new comes along. Morning workouts, creative projects, the quiet rituals that feed your spirit. You make space for a partner, but you don't erase your own world to fit into theirs. When conflicts arise, you can listen without defensiveness and speak your truth without fear of being abandoned, because you know you'll be okay no matter what. That quiet confidence turns disagreements into opportunities for growth instead of battles for control. What many don't realize is that emotional independence actually deepens intimacy because you're not clinging. You can give love more freely. You can celebrate a partner's successes without envy and support them through challenges without losing yourself in their struggles. It creates a balance where both people feel safe to be authentic, which is the foundation of lasting attraction. And here's the beauty of it. When you embody this position, the wrong kind of attention naturally fades. Someone who seeks to dominate or drain your energy will quickly sense there's no foothold. But a man who values partnership, respect, and growth will feel inspired to match your independence with his own. He knows he's met someone who chooses love out of abundance, not scarcity. That choice is what keeps him invested for the long haul. So while the world may focus on surface level moves to keep a man hooked, the truth is far simpler and far stronger. Build a life you love, fill it with purpose and people who lift you, and stand steady in that emotional freedom. From that position, every connection you create becomes richer because you're offering something far more compelling than need. You're offering a genuine meeting of equals. The fourth position that captures a man's attention again and again is the quiet art of mystery, the ability to keep a spark of curiosity alive no matter how much time you spend together. Mystery isn't about playing games or withholding affection. It's about living a life so full and dynamic that there's always something new for him to discover. When you carry yourself with a sense of your own unfolding story, you invite him to lean in and learn more, and that intrigue never really fades. Imagine someone whose days are rich with unexpected passions. One week she's learning a new language. The next, she's exploring a hidden cafe in her city. The next, she's volunteering for a cause she cares about. These aren't staged activities for social media. They're genuine interests that feed her soul. A man watching this can feel that he's meeting only a fraction of her world, and that realization keeps him curious. He wants to know the layers, the dreams, the side of her that surfaces slowly over time. Mystery thrives when you share just enough to invite connection while still keeping the rhythm of your own life. You don't rush to fill every silence with personal history. You reveal details naturally, through stories, through experiences you share, so that each conversation feels like a small discovery. Instead of announcing every thought, you let moments breathe. That quiet confidence draws people closer because they sense depth beneath the surface. This kind of intrigue also shows in how you move through relationships. You don't cancel plans with friends the instant someone new calls. You maintain your commitments, your hobbies, your sense of purpose. When you talk about your day, you share highlights but don't feel compelled to report every detail. It's not secrecy, it's the confidence of someone who doesn't need constant validation. That independence creates a natural ebb and flow, a rhythm that keeps attraction alive. Men respond strongly to this because it challenges them to be present and attentive. Instead of feeling like the entire relationship is predictable, he senses that there's always something more to experience with you, new thoughts, new adventures, new sides of your personality. This isn't about manipulation, it's about staying true to your own evolution. People change, grow, and develop, and when you embrace that, you remain endlessly interesting. Mystery also deepens emotional connection. Because you're not rushing to define every part of yourself, you create space for him to share and wonder. You give both of you room to explore rather than locking into a static picture of who each person must be. Over time, this builds a stronger bond, one rooted in curiosity and respect. He isn't chasing after answers, he's choosing to walk alongside you as your story unfolds. The beauty of this position is that it protects your individuality while inviting genuine intimacy. You can be affectionate, open, and warm without sacrificing the excitement of discovery. You can laugh, share secrets, and build trust, all while continuing to grow in ways that even surprise yourself. That self-directed growth is what keeps a relationship vibrant long after the initial spark. So when people joke about the best positions, remember this one isn't physical at all. It's about the posture of someone who lives fully, reveals herself gradually, and keeps learning every day. Hold that stance and you won't need gimmicks to keep a man's interest. The natural mystery of a life well lived will do the work for you, making every moment together feel like the next chapter of an unfolding adventure. The fifth position that no man ever takes lightly is the stance of clear and confident communication. Because nothing keeps attraction alive like a person who knows how to express what they feel without turning it into drama. When you can calmly say what you want, what you enjoy, and what you will not tolerate, you create a space where respect becomes automatic. It's not about being loud or confrontational. It's about speaking from a steady place where your words carry weight because they are honest and direct. A man immediately notices when someone can set a boundary without raising their voice and share a need without turning it into an ultimatum. That strength doesn't push him away. It pulls him closer because it shows him he can trust you. Think of the difference between silence that hides resentment and conversation that clears the air. When you hold back your feelings to keep the peace, tension builds, misunderstandings multiply, and attraction fades. But when you choose to talk with openness, you break the cycle before it starts. You might say, I value reliability, so when plans change, I need a quick update. Simple, clear, and without accusation. That kind of statement shows you respect yourself and the relationship. Men find this refreshing because it eliminates guesswork and invites partnership. Strong communication also means you listen as much as you speak. You're not waiting for your turn to argue, you're truly hearing the other person. You can validate their feelings even when you don't agree. And that creates a climate where both people feel safe. Safety is underrated in attraction, but it's essential. When a man senses that he can share his thoughts without being attacked, he relaxes and real intimacy grows. It's equally important to express appreciation. Communication isn't only about correcting problems, it's also about noticing what works. Saying, I love how you remembered that detail, or I appreciate the effort you put into this, reinforces positive behavior and deepens connection. Men, like anyone else, respond to being seen and valued. It's not flattery, it's recognition, and it makes the bond stronger. Clear communication also protects your emotional independence. Because you're willing to state your needs, you don't have to rely on someone else to guess them. This prevents resentment and keeps you grounded in self-respect. You know that you can navigate difficult conversations and still maintain your sense of calm. That confidence is deeply attractive because it shows maturity. A man understands that disagreements won't become endless battles, and that makes him more willing to invest in the relationship. This position shows up in subtle ways: the way you clarify plans instead of assuming, the way you share excitement about your goals without downplaying them, the way you can say no without apology when something doesn't align with your values. Each of these small moments communicates that you respect yourself and expect the same in return. It's a standard that invites only those who can meet it, and it naturally filters out anyone who thrives on confusion or manipulation. Ultimately, strong communication turns romance into partnership. It means both people know where they stand and where they're headed. Attraction isn't just about sparks at the start, it's about feeling understood and valued over time. When you master this position, being open, honest, and calm, you create a relationship where trust deepens, passion lasts, and the right man realizes he can't take you or the connection for granted. The sixth position that keeps a man genuinely invested is the space of shared growth, where both partners see the relationship not just as a comfort zone, but as a launch pad. It's easy to think love is only about chemistry or romance, but the relationships that last and stay exciting are the ones where two people feel like teammates building something bigger together. When you stand in this position, you make it clear that you want a partner who grows alongside you, someone who celebrates progress and embraces challenge, and that vision inspires a man to keep showing up with his best. Shared growth starts with a mindset. You value your own evolution, learning new skills, setting new goals, trying things that scare you, and you invite him to do the same. You don't push or nag, you simply lead by example. Maybe you take a class you've always wanted to try, start a fitness routine, or explore a creative project. When he sees you reaching for more, it sparks something in him. Growth is contagious, and the energy of someone expanding their life is magnetic. This position also means creating experiences that stretch you as a couple. Instead of falling into the same weekend routine, you plan adventures, big or small. It might be traveling to a new city, cooking a dish neither of you has tried, volunteering for a cause, or tackling a shared challenge like training for a race. These moments do more than break monotony. They build trust and teamwork. When you solve problems together or celebrate milestones, you create memories that strengthen your connection far beyond the initial spark of attraction. Growth also shows in how you handle obstacles. Life will throw challenges your way: career shifts, family issues, personal setbacks. In the position of shared growth, you don't crumble or blame each other. You look for solutions side by side. You ask, what can we learn? How do we adapt? That attitude transforms difficulties into opportunities to deepen the bond. A man who experiences that kind of partnership doesn't just feel loved, he feels supported, and that's a feeling he won't risk losing. Another layer is intellectual and emotional curiosity. You stay open to new ideas, willing to discuss books, art, current events, or personal philosophies. You're not afraid to challenge each other's thinking in a respectful way. This keeps conversations alive and prevents the relationship from becoming stagnant. Men are drawn to someone who stimulates their mind as much as their heart because it means the connection will keep evolving. Shared growth also includes celebrating each other's individual goals. You cheer for his wins, big and small, without jealousy, and you expect the same in return. You give each other space to pursue personal dreams while staying connected. This balance, supporting independence while nurturing the partnership, creates an environment where both people can thrive. It shows that love doesn't mean losing yourself. It means becoming even more of who you are with someone by your side. The beauty of this position is that it keeps attraction fresh. When a man sees that the relationship is a living, breathing adventure rather than a static arrangement, he stays excited. He feels motivated to grow, to contribute, to keep the momentum alive. He understands that being with you isn't just about comfort, it's about becoming the best version of himself. So when you think about the positions no man jokes with, remember that growth is irresistible. It's not a grand gesture or a one-time event, it's a way of living. Stand in that space where you and your partner lift each other higher, and you create a connection that not only lasts, but keeps getting better. Because every day you're both moving forward together. The seventh position that no man can shrug off is the closing force of decisive presence. The way you stand tall in every interaction and finish every connection with clarity and intention. After self-worth, independence, mystery, strong communication, and shared growth, this final position brings everything together. It's the quiet but undeniable signal that you know where you're going and you're not afraid to invite someone along or let them walk away. A man feels it when you end a conversation with warmth and confidence, when you leave a date with a genuine smile and no anxious second guessing. That calm certainty lingers long after you've left the room and makes him think about you in a way that random charm never could. Decisive presence is not about rushing decisions, it's about owning them. You say yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no. You don't hedge or wait for someone else to define the relationship, the evening, or even the next text. If you enjoyed the time together, you say so. If something doesn't fit your values, you express that without apology. This steadiness communicates that your happiness isn't dependent on anyone's approval. Men find that kind of grounded energy rare, and it draws them closer because they sense they can trust your words. This position also shows in how you manage transitions. Maybe you're moving from early dating to something deeper, or maybe you realize the connection isn't right. Either way, you handle it with respect and honesty. Instead of disappearing or playing games, you articulate where you stand. I've enjoyed our time, but I don't see this becoming more. Or, I'd like to see where this goes if you're on the same page. Simple, direct, and compassionate. That clarity not only protects your own peace, but also leaves a lasting impression of maturity and strength. A decisive presence doesn't mean you dominate the space. It means you're fully present within it. You listen attentively, you notice details, and you respond thoughtfully. Whether you're sharing a laugh over coffee or navigating a serious conversation, you're there, phone down, mind engaged. That attentiveness signals respect and confidence, creating a deeper connection in every moment. A man can sense when someone is genuinely present, and it makes him want to match that level of attention. This final position also ties back to all the others. Your self-worth gives you the foundation to be decisive. Your emotional independence ensures you're not making choices out of fear. Your mystery and curiosity keep interactions fresh, while strong communication provides the tools to express yourself clearly. Shared growth offers a vision for the future that's exciting and real. When all of these come together, your presence carries a quiet authority that doesn't need to be announced. It's simply felt. Even in conflict, decisive presence is magnetic. Instead of escalating tension, you stay calm and focused on solutions. You don't let frustration dictate your words. You ask questions, you listen, and you guide the conversation toward understanding. Men respect that ability to remain centered because it shows that challenges won't shake the core of the relationship. Ultimately, this position is about leaving every encounter better than you found it. People remember how you made them feel, and when you consistently bring clarity, warmth, and strength, those memories stay. The right man will replay those moments long after, recognizing that this is not someone he can take lightly. So when we talk about the two best positions no man jokes with, the final one isn't a posture of the body, but of the spirit. The unwavering stance of someone who knows her direction and walks it with grace. Hold that position and you won't need to chase or convince anyone. The right person will move mountains to meet you there because decisive presence is irresistible and unforgettable.